We're doing 3-spot Vegas scoring again today. This is week 3 of indoor season. If you saw my last video, I scored my first ever Vegas round and actually did pretty good looking back on the scores. Let's get to it. My peep is messing with me again, which is kind of annoying. I already moved it back and forth twice. First arrow broke in a good spot. It was really taking forever on that one. That's all good. We'll work through it. We'll get it. All right, round 1 done. It is cold out. It's like 25 degrees, if that. Hands are chilly. So my last video, first time scoring, Vegas round. I think I scored a 288 or 287. Really happy about that. At the time I wasn't sure, but now I've been scoring at least a couple rounds every week since then. And this is week 3 since that scoring. So the following week was my first week of league and I shot terrible. I don't know what it was. First thing, I was nervous, which is what it is. I think that's the reason why I'm doing this, is to get used to nerves, put more pressure on you, have a lot of people watching, and have like something on the line, which paying for a league and placing and watching and paying attention to your score puts pressure on you, kind of like hunting and shooting at a big animal that you've been hiking your ass off for a full week to get in front of, and now it's there and you don't want to fuck it up. So the pressure, my pin was just floating all over the place. I could not keep it on. It just didn't feel great. I think I shot a 276, so like 270 something. I'll put that up here. I think 276. Not a great score. Then I went and scored 2 rounds during that week. Both of them were better. And then this last league day, I shot really good. Like I just felt on. I did have the nerves, but I stayed consistent on my shot process in the moment the whole time. So feel really good about that. So now it's just about solidifying, keeping in the moment, keep working on my shot process, put myself through the gauntlet, through the fire. I'm really, really enjoying 20-yard Vegas 3-spot. This is actually a lot of fun. I never thought I was going to like it at all. So that's why I'd always shoot at like 60 yards. I just liked shooting further. But now I'm excited to really get good at this, work at improving, and then bring that into the outdoor game come this summer. And I'm already interested to see what my 60-yard score is going to be at. All right, enough chatter. Whew, this metal or aluminum is freaking destroying my hand right now. My GoPro's probably dead down there. Okay, let's do this. N2. Chatting too much. Having trouble getting comfortable today in my peep. That first end though, 2 X's and a 9. I won't complain about that. A bit high on the last one, it appears. One thing that I started doing after my last video was posted, one of you mentioned this, actually I kind of changed it a little bit. It's actually been killer. It's really been keeping me consistent in the duration of my shot process at full draw. And that is right when I get my nose touching my anchor, I start mentally counting 1, 2, 3. And when I get to 5, I recheck my housing and my peep again. And then I start pulling through my shot. I say my word, I start pulling through my shot. Because what I mentioned in that last video, I always would have problem, like I would keep lining it up and I come back to it, it'd be unaligned. And because you just got so many things to check while you're going through your shot process. So what I do is I get to anchor, start counting, get everything else lined up. And I do line up my peep and my housing, but then I come back and make sure everything else is good while I'm counting. And then when I hit 5, that tells me, okay, check the peep in the housing one more time, okay, start pulling through. And then I have like a consistent shot process. It does keep me in the moment more as well. So that's been kind of cool. I always like finding something that works, that changes even just 1% of your ability, of your skill. Pretty stagnant shot. And of course, right after I was talking about it, I forgot to start counting until I realized it a couple seconds in. Not to make excuses, but man, my eye just keep blinking it non-stop, and I could not keep it. Kind of frustrating. Just, oh well, we'll get through it. No excuses. I'm gonna shake the cobwebs off right here. Felt a little better. Focusing on the process, not the result or the frustration of the last result. All right, I don't feel too bad about the first and third arrow. I actually felt a little bit of anticipation coming into my mind during that second arrow. It's like you're watching the pin floating across it, and you're like thinking, oh, and then, but I held it together and just kept slowly pulling through. And then I made sure to really focus in on that third arrow and just let it float and look at the spot you want to hit, not the pin. That's what I need to keep working on today. And I know I was doing good at that on the last round that I scored. For 29. I'll take 29 all day. Let's keep it going. Nice clean breaks. Wow, that was a terrible shot. Just totally whiffed it. I don't know what's going on today with my eyes. Like they were all blurry and I couldn't even really see the target, but I thought it was still right on where it was at. That is frustrating. Oh well. That's why you get out here and shoot, just to work on your form, work on those inconsistencies. That was a nice controlled shot at the end. I like that last one. Well, at least I got 2 10s, but that 7 really is going to nuke my score. But a 27 is better than like getting 2 9s along with a 7. So those 2 10s kind of saved me from totally getting wrecked. But obviously a 30 would have been much better, or a 29. Let's just keep it going here. I'm going to try to be a little quicker with getting my finger on the trigger in my count. Felt good. My eyes were a little blurry though. A little bit of teared up. You know, one thing is weird though, like this 20 yards honestly feels like it's 10 or 15 compared to indoor over at the league. For some reason, because you're in a warehouse, it's super wide, it's really open, so it mentally feels so much further compared to like outside right here. This just seems so close. I'm also used to shooting 60 yards from right over there, so maybe that's why it just seems closer. Yep. Not great. Is what it is though. No more excuses. We got 3 more. Just gonna hammer them out real quick. Redeem myself for this next 3 ends. Just freaking knock all 11s. Just knock the door down. That's what we're gonna do here. No more teared up eyes. Better, better. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just the cold, being out in 20-degree weather. That one was stuck a little low. It seemed like it came back up though. But, all right, 2 more to go. Knock them out. So 27 on the last round. Not terrible. Got 1 in the 8. 1X. 1-9. I think. Definitely twisting my back, twisting my torso. The typical twisting of the torso. I was really thinking about letting that one down. Really thinking about it. I adjusted my back because I keep leaning back or keep going like this. Had to blink my eyes a few times. My arm was going all over the place, but I readjusted and just kept pulling through. Normally when you go through all that, normally when I go through all that, it does not work out in my benefit, and I wish I would have let down. But sometimes it works out. All right, feel good about that end. 1 more to go. Let's go grab these. We're looking at a 10 right there. We got an X, and we got another 10 right past the line. I will take that. First 30 of the round right there on set 9. Let's finish this strong. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what my score ends at. It's been a challenging round, that's for sure. Just a couple things working against me. Not feeling on. But sometimes I have things like that where I'm not feeling great at all. But then if I judge my score against past scores, I actually did just as good, if not better, than past rounds, which that's kind of reassuring when you're having an off day, but you're still scoring better than you otherwise would have. We'll see once I finish the last round and what my score ends at after the challenges I've been facing today. But it's all good. Practice for when you're having days like this where you're spiraling, you got things working against you. You need to change your mindset. Don't let it keep beating you down. Each arrow is a different arrow. Each end is a different end. Speaking of that, the Vikings just frickin' spiraled and completely just got annihilated. As a Vikings fan, we're used to that happening almost every season. We get our hopes up. But it happens. And that's a lesson for me for today too. You just can't let yourself spiral. You just got to reset and keep going. And 10 right here. That's enough mindset theories for the day, I think. Psychology with Miller. I had to readjust a little bit on that one a couple times. I think I kept it in the center though. Learning the letdown. I don't know where that one went. It honestly felt like I was drifting way off. It was one of those ones where I just could not focus on the target anymore. And honestly, if that would have landed in the white, I would not be surprised. Man, I'll be really happy if it did hit yellow. Last arrow. I think that one was a little low. Maybe still a 9er. I really saved myself with this one, with a 10. Super lucky on that. End with a 28 and be happy about it. All right, it was a challenging round, but last 3 ends I kept it together. I was doing a little better. It's always good to have adversity like this on rounds, because then you feel great when you have ends or days where you're feeling just on. Thanks for watching this round of Vegas 3 spot. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.